Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Park. I am your host, Paul Rodriguez, and this is my personal audio log recorded content. And right now, I am hella stressed. I don't know why I'm recording this, but I decided I will anyways, of course. Maybe just a short send-off today, but I also wanted to talk a bit more about procrastination because I have been doing it a lot. But I am finally out of school, though. I finished my final project. Surprisingly got a pretty high grade on it. Humble brag. But, yeah, I'm really proud of it, considering I honestly thought I was going to fail the semester, like, flat out. Get less than 50%. But that final project pulled through, and I'm happy for that. But in terms of procrastination, I promised myself that I would be doing better, but in all honesty, I'm just kind of finding a lack of motivation. And it's nothing severe. Maybe I'm just putting my time into things that aren't really affecting me in the short term. And for instance, instead of doing my final project that was supposed to be due on Friday, I instead chose to apply my creative thinking elsewhere. And I'm not talking about this podcast. No, when I tell my friends that I'm in the studio, air quotes, I'm not actually recording the podcast, but instead, this is hella embarrassing. So I guess to provide a little background as to why I've been doing this thing, it kind of started when I was in grade 12. I mean, actually, it kind of stems all the way back to when I was first introduced to the world of pirated music, aka my brother's Winamp playlist, which I can only assume they downloaded most of their songs off of Napster or the like. But I fondly remember listening to my very first rap song. And the very first rap song that I ever listened to was Eminem's Lose Yourself. And so my brother was bumping this track, and I was a young, impressionable child, and I wanted to hear it more and more since it was so catchy. It was so amazing to listen to, and like all that feeling in Eminem's voice, and it was also like really fun to like dance to. I remember blasting it and jumping on my bed like I'm on a stage, just badly mouthing the words to Lose Yourself because I did not know what the lyrics were. At the time, I did not know how to use the internet and how to find out lyrics and how to sing along, but whatever. I just moved my mouth and hoped it kind of sounded or looked like I was rapping Lose Yourself by Eminem. And so yeah, I think that was my very first exposure to the hip-hop world, and of course I got to listen to whatever else my brothers listened to in 2002, but that was the only song that I would ever play, and to be honest with you, it would probably have a few thousand plays by the end of the year. So anyways, growing up, finally getting to pirate, I mean legally paying for and downloading MP3s on the web on my own, I listened to a lot of Eminem growing up, and I'm always imagining myself to be like him someday. Someone that creates art from his feelings, because you know that's what artists do. They create, and I also learned that he also hated being famous. So I guess in a sense I didn't strive to be as famous as Eminem, or really to be famous at all. But I always thought of myself as an Eminem stan. Just like his song, without the murdering my pregnant girlfriend driving drunk part. But again, always fascinated by the art of rap, and people say that it isn't art, and I don't know why they would say something like that. Honestly, I think if you don't personally know and understand something, like, don't be so quick to judge it. But anyways, not to get into the politics, but anyways, growing up, let's say maybe around early high school, I remember I'd write freaking lyrics about the so-called friends that I had in high school and outcasted me. God bless them now. I don't judge them for it. It was just high school, and high school kids do what high school kids do. But yeah, I remember writing something along the lines. It was a verse for B.O.B.'s Airplanes, Part 2 specifically because Eminem was on it, and it went something like a ghost just drifting, pieces of me shifting, and nobody's lifting. Something dumb like that. I swear I still have it. It's in the notebook somewhere or something. I don't remember the full verse, and it's super cringy now that I look back at it. And I can see why I did not choose to pursue writing lyrics. But as time progressed, I really liked writing out my ideas, and I also really liked rap music, of course, still. And writing random lyrics just kind of occupied my time. And so in grade 12, like as a joke, my group of friends at the time, we would make so you call like freestyles over Messenger, but it wasn't really freestyles. We weren't like verbally rapping or anything. We were just typing verses out over Messenger, and we decided we wanted to make rap names for ourselves. Not us, but if you know who Childish Gambino is, one of my friends found out that he actually got his name from an online rap name generator. And we didn't know at the time that it was the Wu-Tang rap name generator, so we just went with the first rap name generator that we found on Google. It was myrapname.com, and I just spent 10 minutes seeing if I could get the same name again, but I couldn't. So I guess it's a different time, different name every time. But at the time, my friends helped me choose the name for myself, which was Choppa Polly P Smirk, aka Fast Sharp. You gotta remember that, aka Fast Sharp. But in essence, the raps that we were writing were just crude, obscene, a lot of the use of the N-word. We are not black at all, because the rappers at the time that were big at the time was like Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz and Drake and Kanye West, and we were just trying to emulate them. But as naive and ignorant grade 12s, we wrote about a lot of obscene stuff and using words that we shouldn't have been using. But yeah, anyways, moving on. For me, that name Choppa Polly P Smirk just kind of stuck, and I think I dropped Fast Sharp from the name because I never referenced it in whatever I wrote. But moving on, I was in my late teenage years. I became like kind of very emotional, and the way that I chose to express it was to write raps. And so I wrote raps. How I recorded these verses were through my Galaxy S3 in the bathroom, so I got that really nice reverb rapping over a free type beat on YouTube, and so I compiled that in Audacity, and before you know it, my first hit was born. just kidding, but I knew that I wanted to post it somewhere so that anyone who tries hard enough to find it will find it, and as my pseudonym I went with Choppa Polly P Smirk, and of course that name just stuck. I don't know why it did, but it did. So I just made a dumb album cover and rendered it in Movie Maker and then uploaded it to YouTube, and the rest is history. And I'm not gonna link you. I'm still embarrassed, so if you do want to listen to my crappy lyrics, you're gonna have to work for it. But yeah, the past week, that's all that I was doing. I wrote and recorded 3 songs over more free type beats, and those beats are, I'm gonna give a shout out to the very talented producers on YouTube that post the stuff free to use, and basically all I did was just mix my stupid vocals over it, albeit like very badly mixing. So if you think listening to this podcast is bad, wait till you get a load of that. So all in all, that was my past week, recording music mainly for myself, just like this podcast. I really enjoy writing, and I guess that's just another medium that I choose to express it in. And Also, I guess another thing worth mentioning is I do have a SoundCloud page in which I don't do music on there. It's just readings of my thoughts, almost like a slam poetry kind of thing. It's not a podcast. I have like 4 tracks on there that are 2 minutes long each. But I haven't updated or recorded anything for it in a while, so I don't think it's even worth visiting right now. But I think that's all that we have for tonight. Just a little update to my life as of now. Feeling creatively inspired before leaving for 2 weeks. And again, to remind everyone that's still actively listening to this, no new episodes of this podcast for the next 2 weeks. But I will be back with a lot of updates, and I need to get packing. So yeah, don't tune in next week, but subscribe if you haven't already. You're not obligated to. It's entirely your choice. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are, and thank you all for visiting the park.